Tom, let me ask you another question about some of the things they might have gotten away with. You referenced this. Senator Jeff Merkley was tweeting earlier that his laptop was stolen during the riots yesterday. Given that some of these rioters were storming congressional offices, is there any concern that perhaps they could have had access to sensitive or even classified information?
Yes, there's definitely a concern about that, and we're starting to hear that tonight, that there may have been national security items that were taken. I mean, I saw yesterday, and this is another failure by the leadership of the Capitol Police. There needed to be, or the sergeant at arms, could be either or, in fairness. There needed to be a system where when you have an incident like that, you lock down those computers. It is possible to lock down computers remotely. That did not happen. We saw people tweeting out the screens that were wide open to anybody that wanted to sit there in Speaker Pelosi's office. That's somebody who's read in on a significant amount of classified information. So I think, yes, there is definitely a concern. Also, anybody could have mixed in with this crowd yesterday. Could there have been a foreign intelligence officer? That's something that a senior law enforcement official that has a lot of experience in these type of unrest incidents that I spoke with at a major city police department said that they were concerned about. Could a foreign intelligence officer have mixed in with this crowd, gotten in there, put a USB drive in, put malware on top of these computers? Awful lot of concerns. This incident, while it may be resolved for now, there's a lot more investigations that need to be conducted here, Allison.
Yeah, Tom, I want to play a clip of former Chief of Capitol Police Terrence Gaines talking about what happened yesterday. Take a listen.
All right, my name is Russell Brunson, and recently you came to Expert Secret
Possible to storm the Capitol. Clearly there's failures. There has to be a lot of questions asked and answers given. What is very clear is the police underestimated the violent crowd and the size of it, and they overestimated their ability to control it.
So, Allison, listening
Tom,
to the...
That's a former Capitol Police chief saying even he thought storming the Capitol was impossible. What are your sources saying about how that could possibly happen?
Right. So my colleague Andrew Blankstein and I looked at a couple of different and talked to a couple of different major city police departments that wanted to, not on the record because they didn't want to criticize another law enforcement agency, but they did want to talk about this. And they said, look, there was a tremendous lack of barriers here. People were able to just essentially walk in at one point. What's up with the glass there? What's up with the doorways? How come people were able to break into those areas? I looked at some of the videos yesterday. You saw 3 or 4 officers with only one line of barricades. There was no tear gas. There were no non-lethal ammunitions. I'm talking about rubber bullets. There was no PPE for the officers. I mean, there's a significant concern here that these people were able to run amok on the Capitol. I mean, we're looking at the video there. A little bit of breaking news, though, Allison. While we were talking about this and while you were speaking with Monica Alba, the police union for the Capitol Police has come out. They've called for the current police chief's job. On top of that, they said that they're frustrated and demoralized with respect to the lack of planning yesterday that went into this, and they said that they valued people's lives, the lives of Congress, and the lives of people that were in the Capitol lawfully over the destruction of property yesterday. So clearly they are themselves upset. And a lot of people in law enforcement said, hey, don't blame the officer on the ground. Blame the people that came up with this plan or lack thereof, Allison.
Statement earlier saying that they are conducting a thorough review of this incident, the security planning and policies and procedures. But you've pointed out in your reporting today that the Capitol Police, unlike other police departments, are exempt from public records requests. What does that mean here? I mean, does that mean we could potentially not know the results of their investigation? How does this complicate everything?
Well, I mean, they ultimately respond to Congress, and Congress can absolutely get access to whatever documents that they want to get access to. They run the Capitol Police. So it's kind of it's not quite the inmates running the asylum, but Congress does run their own police department here. So they do have the ability to get the documents that they need. What creates an issue for an investigative reporter such as myself. I'm not able to get access to those documents. I'm not able to independently examine them as I might another police department. So from a reporting standpoint, there is a troubling lack of transparency, particularly when you look at the fact that this is a 2,300